Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. Before we get started, you should like and subscribe, because I'm broke and I want your money. Thanks. Yeah, alright, so today I'm going to be talking about my science teacher. So, right when I got into 6th grade, I walk into school, I'm going through all my classes, and last period I have of the day, I'm ready to go home, and I have science, right? I go into science, and his teacher seems really nice, and his class goes by kind of slow the first day, but I'm like, okay, you know what? It's the first day, nothing much is gonna happen, makes sense. A week goes by, still the same stuff, still going pretty slow, but you know, it's the first week, we're still in 6th grade, you know, it makes sense. He's trying to get us like testing out the water before we plunge in, right? Our other teachers are giving quizzes by now, second week or so into school, and this teacher is so slow, you have no idea. So now I'm in 8th grade, or well, here, let's go to this. I was in 7th grade, and my friend who lives on my road was telling me, oh, you probably don't want to get Mr. Doovie next year, and yes, this is a made-up name, Mr. Doovie, because he's a really slow teacher. I'm like, yeah, I know, I had him in 6th grade, but he was nice, and she's like, yeah, but he's such a slow teacher, you're never going to be prepared for high school. And she brings up a fair point, but I didn't really think of it much at the time. And then I get into 8th grade, right? And, well, I go to his class, and I was expecting it to go a little faster after 6th grade. We've been in this school for 2 years, it's our last year, we're going into high school, we need to learn some stuff, teach, right? So I get to his class, first day, slow, again, second day, slow, second week, slow, and now, so in our school, we have a pretty big school, right? So we have 2 separate teachers for each subject, and the first subject, or the other teacher, is teaching she's actually teaching her students really quickly. Actually, she is going through everything really quick. We'll call her Miss Lynch. Yeah, Lynch. A bunch of my friends are in that class. Who had Mr. Doovie as a teacher in 6th grade say they liked her much better. So now we're around 3/4 through the school year, and we're still going insanely slow. It has gone to the point where, during the start of the year, we were getting lesson packets. Now we're getting sheets of paper that he hand drew because he's so slow. Hear this, ready? He hand draws each of our lessons now, because before we were going too slow, because they would give us packets, multiple sheet packets. Oh crap, they're rushing the point. But we were going so slow, the other teacher was 3 units ahead of us at one point. We were still on the first unit while they were on the third, and there's 10 packets in a unit, right? It takes us a week to go through one, and it takes them a day, maybe 2. Maybe. But that's on slight occasions, you know? And for homework, she just has them finish the packet, which is never much, right? But for us, he tells us to copy down a progress tracker of our learning, word for word. So you don't even have to think, which I don't like, because I'm a great thinker. And this class has become so slow to a point where me and my friends in that class have started playing the game of how long can we stall the teacher. We are pretty far back behind the other classes, and that's because me and my friend, we'll call him Nat, we try and stall him as long as possible. And it's funny because everyone in the class is in on it. It was hey, everyone, don't answer any questions today. And he will get so pissed, but honestly, I think he deserves it. He is just sentencing us to like you're gonna fail in high school if you get this teacher. So I've been like studying at home on my own, and it's absolute like why can't I just have a real teacher? Come on, bro. Come on. Like, they're learning about planets at this point. We're still learning about like force, which is part of the first unit. We're like taking apart a speaker. Like, can we learn actual science? Like, I feel like most of the stuff he teaches us, and like even the curriculum that the other class is following is kind of crap, because they're teaching us things about like materials and objects that can like be taught in less than a day, in less than 50 minutes, which is a class period. So I don't think it's that unreasonable. Honestly, I think it would be better if we use something like just some dude on YouTube. Some guy on YouTube would definitely, like 100%, teach us better than whatever this dude is doing. Because whatever it is, it's not teaching, and that is one thing. So, in 6th grade, it's funny. It's not funny. But he was, quote-unquote, teaching us, and, he, sat me next to this girl, and, like, we do this, like, after every, like, few packets. Like, we've literally been doing the same stuff for 3 years. It's absolutely so boring. He switches our tables because we just finished a packet, unit, we just finished a unit, right? And, he sits me next to 2 girls, and I hear them say, oh, and they, like, walk past their friends, they're like, oh, I got Zayden. And I am laughing my butt off because I just think it's funny. But, like, still, it's kind of sad, honestly. Like, I want to be loved. That's all men want. Like, we're pretty dang simple, I think. Here's the funny thing. So today, I'm on a break right now because my school district just does that. I don't know if yours does too. But I'm at home, right? And like my tooth has been hurting for the past few days. And my orthodontist, like, bracket or some crap pops off. Like, I'm gonna blame it on them, because I think they did a bad job putting it on. Like, I could tell, when the lady was putting it on, she seemed nervous, and, like, you could feel, like, she was clammy. She wasn't feeling too hot. And, she was definitely, like, 100% new. And now my teeth are killing me. And one of the things popped off. It wasn't a bracket. It's like something that like holds the wire in place. I am not doing too hard this game. 13 kills. Like, come on. Where's the 50 ball now? Yeah. So I'm just saying, don't like in high school. Here's the thing. Like they're setting us up for high school now, and you get to like pick and choose which classes and which teachers you get. Which I think is amazing, because you could like reference with other students, like if you have like older siblings, right? I don't, but like I have friends from the high school, so I'm gonna ask them, like, who are some good teachers, who are some bad teachers? And with that information, I'm gonna choose which classes I think will actually be beneficial for my learning. Because I'm going to college one day, and I want to actually like be smart enough. I don't want to be the dumbest kid in the room, you know? Like, no one likes that feeling. A quote from Aladdin: you're either the most important person in the room or you're no one. I prefer to be the most important. But I do not want to be turned into a genie. That does kind of sound like punishment. I don't know about you. And I got this English teacher, like, my English teachers all throughout middle school were absolute bud. Like, none of them were good. 6th grade, right? I get this teacher, she's new, she's young, yada yada, fresh out of college. And she teaches us, she tries to at least. And over the summer, she's like, all right, guys, next year your teachers are going to be wanting to see this. You're going to have to do, you're going to have to read 3 books over the summer, and you're going to have to write an essay about each book. And I'm like, oh, seriously, summer work? But okay, I like take it, I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, hey, are we going to get graded on this? She's like, yeah. She disappears. She doesn't come back next year. And then we get this new English teacher for 7th grade. I have her for homeroom. It's okay, I guess. But like, it's the same thing as last year. Young, fresh out of college, and doesn't know how to handle a class. Like, of course, I get put in the class with all like the bad kids, and we're getting yelled at every 3 seconds. And there's like this chart we had to fill out by the end of the year. She gave us 4 months to fill out 30 boxes. So, if we were good for only 1 week every month, it would be filled out. But this one kid in our class, absolute horrible. Like, he used to flash, like, $5 bills. Like, he's a new kid or whatever. He used to come into school and flash dollar bills. It was so funny. At the same time, I was pissed. And she put us together for a group project, like me and the money flashy kid. That's what I'm going to call him, money flashy kid. And she puts me with the money flashy kid, and I start crying because I think I'm going to fail the project. And she asked me to, like, leave the class. I'm like, what? And she's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't want to fail. And she's like, money flasher kid's not that bad. I'm like, yeah, he is, actually. But I make it through. He never does any work. And that reminds me, just the other day, I had to turn in a project for English. Once again, 8th grade English, absolute butt cheeks teacher. We don't learn anything. It's like such a boring class. And she treats us like we're 3, like my art teacher, who I'm pretty sure thinks like she has a mental illness, and she's like definitely like thinks we're like 3 years old. She treats us like babies. But that's a different story. My English teacher puts me with this kid. He doesn't really want to do his work, so I do my half of the project, and then I just label all the slides that I did, and then I turn it in and label the ones that he was supposed to do. And like, this is like literally 30 seconds before it's due, so it's not like I'm just turning it in once I finished and didn't give him a chance. Like, I tried, I promise. That kid is annoying. Flamethrower dude. Yeah, whatever. I got off topic, didn't I? I did. Whatever. She puts me with this kid, and he is, like, absolutely, like, total annoying, right? And he doesn't read. He's out on vacation for half the project. I turn it in. And then she's like, the next day she's like, hey, why isn't your stuff done? He's like, well, my partner, Dade and me, turned it in before I was done. I'm like, well, I was done, and I gave him over a week to do it, and I kept on reminding him in class, and I told him what he was supposed to do, and I did a fair share of the project. I did more than a fair share, in fact. And she actually took my side, which I'm very glad about. And I'm pretty sure he's not gonna do so hot. But it's okay, because I'm doing so hot, which is great, right? I just thought of a crazy challenge I could do. So I'm like kind of cracked out Enlisted. This is the game I'm playing, by the way, if you didn't know. And, oh, we won. Alright, that means I gotta go. See you guys.